Alright guys, you already know what it is, the Nintendo Switch. The hype train is real, the rumor mill does not stop churning out stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So I'm a couple days late to these rumors, but I feel like I need to get on it, and it was a great way to start off this new YouTube channel I got going on here. So without further ado, let's get right into it. As you can see right here, bam, Laura Dale, Dark Souls 3 running on Switch, from considering trilogy re-release. So From is the From Software are the people behind Dark Souls. They're the developers for the franchise. They got Dark Souls 3 running up on the Switch. They're like, you know what? What's good? Let's just put the whole trilogy on here with all the DLC and everything. And I'm not even gonna lie, I've never played a Dark Souls game a day in my life, so this would be perfect. I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there, Nintendo fans like me, that have just not got on this franchise yet. I got so many other games to play, man. Next up here, we have Nintendo Switch is going to be getting 2 Smash Bros. Games. Oh, what's this? So, look at these 2 rumors here. Blah, blah, blah. Rumor 1, we've heard Melee is coming to the Nintendo Switch via Virtual Console. So, this means a lot of things. Let's go ahead and break this down a little bit before we get into a little further. 1, Virtual Console for Melee. Melee is a GameCube game. That means means GameCube games are going to be showing up on the Nintendo Switch Virtual Console. That is awesome. Now, one thing about the GameCube that I know that couldn't be done on the Wii U is that there wouldn't have been proper emulation due to the fact that there's no Wii U controller that uses analog shoulder buttons. They're all the other thing that I can't think of right now. So that was very crucial for some of the games, especially something like Mario Sunshine, which is a pretty big GameCube game, and obviously Melee, the biggest GameCube game. So the Switch, does this mean that we're going to have controllers with analog support, or does this mean that we're going to get the USB adapter for the Wii U, plug it into the Switch, and then it's going to recognize legitimate GameCube controllers? Or both. Why not? That would be awesome. So okay, that's enough of me overanalyzing that bit. Let me go ahead and get back into the article. So the service is apparently being organized by Nerd, who impressed Nintendo with their work on the Famicom/NES Mini. So the Famicom/NES Mini has been the hotness, the hotcakes lately. It's been sold out everywhere. We all know that. And so I guess what was really cool about what they did with the NES Mini is the fact that you had different filters for the emulators, so it had all these different. I'm sure they did good work. I didn't pick up an NES Mini. I don't see the point, but from what I hear, they have done good work with the NES Mini. We'll just leave it at that. So the Virtual Console release would be aimed at the competitive market. Okay, maybe I should have read this before I did all that overanalyzing stuff. So competitive market, obviously, I'm assuming that means the Melee competitive community, like the tournament scene. And this is the godsend that they are looking for, because the Melee people carry around those big, heavy CRTs. For those of you who don't know what CRT TVs are, those are the old tube TVs. Go back about 15 years, and those big box-looking TVs that weighed a metric butt-ton. They're still lugging those around and playing Melee on those because they're completely lagless, because those older consoles were designed for those TVs. So that's what they're doing in the Melee community. When there's big, huge Melee tournaments and literally thousands of people will show up, there is a whole crew of people and volunteers that are bringing these big old school TVs. Everyone is literally just trying to throw them in a dumpster, and the Melee scene's hold up. This is a tournament setup now. So this would be great. They'd be able to use monitors like the rest of the modern gaming world and not have to lug around those big heavy things. So that'd be great for them. And on top of that, if it runs smooth, it could be rendered in 720p. I don't think there's going to be an actual graphical update, but just rendering it at higher resolution would look nice. So with these rumors on this article, we have good points and bad points. Good points, Melee is something community has been requesting for many years, like I just said. Bad points, requires analog triggers. We heard from some developers that it has, however, some told us that there isn't. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I kind of went over that stuff already. So, The rumor number 2. We're getting into Sm4sh, name not final, combination of the 3DS and Wii U content, kind of like a director's cut. The game will feature some new content, including 2 new characters, not 1 but 2 new characters. We haven't been able to confirm what characters. We've heard that this version will include all the DLC, which is a butt ton of that is so much DLC that was released on Smash, and they didn't have any like season pass. So that DLC added up really quick. Good points. The source behind this information is incredibly solid. It has broken a lot of rumors in the past to us. Unfortunately, you will just have to take our word on it as we haven't been publishing them. However, sometimes just having a solid source isn't enough. Bad points. 2 characters is pretty low. Okay, oh my gosh. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to get into that argument. Okay, so 2 characters is actually quite a bit of work for a game like Smash, especially we've come to this point in the game, and universally we can agree that overall the game is like fairly balanced. It's a very balanced game, especially in comparison to the previous Smash games. So adding 2 new characters, we don't know what that's going to do. We don't know what they're going to look like. And then if we get these new characters, does that mean there's going to be another update? Does that mean that I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this. 2 characters, what could those be? Maybe the Fox and Ice Climbers? I'm guessing maybe Ice Climbers because I know they were cut because the 3DS couldn't handle that. But we'll save that speculation for characters somewhere else. So what's really good about this, the director's cut version. So it's going to have content from both the 3DS and the Wii U version. Now, we all give the 3DS version a lot of flack because none of the stages are really viable for tournament play, but it did have Yoshi's Island Brawl and some other stage I can't remember right now, but like it has some stuff. Like they both have different things, slightly different things. I'm hoping that we get the best of the world with both stages, and that maybe the Switch version gets Yoshi's Island, the Brawl version, and that'll open up another competitive stage. That'll be cool to see in the tournament scene if that happens. Alright guys, so here we go, saving the best for last. Yet another Nintendo Switch rumor has been passed through the pipeline. According to a new report from Let's Play Video Games, the Switch dock will increase performance of the tablet, but the dock will not contain any additional processing power. Instead, when the handheld unit is docked, it will activate a small fan to keep the console cool. This seems to mean that the machine isn't enhanced while docked, but rather is slightly limited while undocked to prevent overheating. The new reporter also states the dock is incredibly cheap to produce, which will hopefully translate to a lower entry price point. Nintendo plans to eventually sell standalone docks so that the Switch can be moved to different televisions around the house. So that was a pretty straightforward rumor that basically when the Switch is undocked, it's kind of gimping itself in terms of how much power it's outputting due to overheating and I would assume battery life. Because yeah, like if you had it undocked and it was running everything at full blast with power, I'm sure that battery life would be non-existent. Basically, more or less. So when you dock it, basically the Switch recognizes like, oh hey, I got more power to play with now. Let's crank up the CPU. Let's turn on the fan. Let's get it popping. All of a sudden, 1080p, boys. But because of this, it'll be interesting to see, in my opinion, what the like hacking community is going to do with this. Like if the hacking community can get into the Switch itself and then be like, to trick the Switch into thinking it's always powered in the docking station when it's off the docking station and see how that works out. Might be unsafe, but it would still be interesting to see if they could actually like undock it and be like, oh hey, look, we're getting like the power of it docked while it's undocked, but the battery life is completely gone. And at the same time, would that really serve a purpose? Because I'm sure the screen is only going to be 720p anyways, so like I said, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if it'll actually produce any real benefit, but I know someone out there is going to try to do it. In that little bit at the end where it says the docking stations are extremely cheap to produce, they'll sell them standalone so you can just connect them to more TVs in the house. That is super convenient. Like if they come out, they're like $10. I'm hoping they'll be $10, maybe 20. I don't know, but you just buy another docking station. So bam, you have it in the living room. Someone kicks you off the TV, and you're like, you know what? I'm going back to my bedroom. Or you can be like me, you just live in an apartment by yourself, and none of that even matters. Still convenient to have these options available though. So anyways, guys, there's more Nintendo Switch stuff that I can cover, but I feel like I just want to leave the video with this. Leave it with this amount of news and rumors. Let me know what you guys think of all this. Do you guys feel excited? GameCube Virtual Console. What games do you want to see on there? Or maybe I'll make another video about that. There's so much stuff going on Switch right now. It's insane as far as these rumors are going. But let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and just remember, at the end of the day, I'm just some guy on the internet.